It's time to continue with Chronicles. Speedrun. Getting started. Ryland is gonna be the one I'm gonna use. And we have the Pit Fiend as well, so healing abilities and variance is gonna be lowered. Sometimes it's worth doing Ogre healing as well. So we'll do the first battle. I'm hiding the Ogre behind just for healing purposes, you know. So this is the best healing team that I can have at the moment. May also add some sound. That was not part of the speedrun, although it is happening. Hero attack. This is horrible. Maximum units is the best that you can do. And we'll get these 2 units so that we have 8 in total. Unit HP this time. We can keep the Cyclops sooner or later. Monk is not bad. Vampire and Life Drain is not bad as a combination either. You see variance is lowered because of healing. You want as much healing initially as possible. Collect it from the tribe. No. No. Unit damage. And defense. We have 50 attack, 50 defense. That's the absolute minimum to move forward. Worst unit damage you can have. Let's block. And in the back row something is wrong. This means I'm gonna get the monk. The bottom row is weak. The Pit Fiend is not protected well enough. Everyone survived though. We're still quite weak. So I'll have to get some more buffs. Or live with the revivals. Ryland decreases variance big time by healing. I'm protecting the charging unit. The reason why I'm protecting the charging unit is that we're super weak, and if I move him to the back row, and he'll die. And we don't want revivals. And he died anyway. So this means that I'll get another unit here, Cyclops. And another card. And now you just have the attack. Some of them are very easy. That's a back row unit. And yes, sometimes units die. Let's face it. You can optimize this, or you can just accept casualties. That's kind of a bad ask from the skeleton to survive all this, but the opponents are super weak. In this case, I don't even change formation. Now I will. We leave this one. we distribute the defense between the two teams. Doable. But let's go from easy to difficult, that's always important. And the boss. This is the worst formation, but we still have 3 defenders at this stage. I'm surprised only the dwarf died. And then we can skip these 3 battles, it's fine. Confirm. We'll need a defender, not necessarily these units. For example, this one. Drakon is not bad, by the way. This is an issue. At the moment we're not gonna get enough units. And no one will survive with us, so... In the current formation, this is just a time waster. I will still get Castle to get rid of the card and put it on the monk. Just in case. Shield. But we need more hero attack, hero defense before we can fight. Defender wise, we have the 2 ogres, that's fine. So we can skip this. There you go, hero attack, we were looking for this. So 7 units out of 8, now we have 8. The team is still not bulletproof, but the hero attack, hero defense does the trick, so we're supposed to fight with this easily. I don't know if getting rid of Candle has an effect on us getting the devil. We will see. Dendroid Guard is an excellent defensive unit. Let's see Rashka. This should be an easy battle despite the devil being there. But be careful to position the bait unit. And another strong unit preferably. I'm doing this intentionally, that I swap the caster and the range units. Range units are usually better on the end. It's just bait so that if the phoenix dies, you can revive it once. We're navigating into difficult waters now. Also, if you see spells or anything with high morale, you don't need it, because the monk won't be with you forever. So we have 7 units, we will need an 8th one. I will wait and wait forever. And it didn't happen. Let me know why if you know. Because I always get a fight, it's like 50% of the time. This is the easiest fight. I mean, I can get it with a revival. And I'll get rid of the skeleton, that's for sure. And I'll get rid of the wood elf. Position the units in the middle. Vampire is not ideal for this battle, but we can still manage it. There you go. Monk died, right? Yeah. Once again, it's unfortunate. We don't need these units, maybe the Android Guard, yes. I revive the Monk. This is the easiest battle of all that exist. Simply because these are just defensive units. Now they can still surprise us. But it's just slow, it's not hard. Finally, we get the hero. These are cheap units just in case you had problems with revivals. 2-5, usual. This is one of the more difficult battles. I'm not that happy with the vampire here. You're capitalizing on life drain with the vampire, so sometimes I just protect it. I won't do this on auto. There you go, vampire is dead. Yeah, let's keep this. Oh, I wanted to skip it, not auto. Okay, this was really expensive. Anyway, perfect time to recruit new units. So let's go to a battle. For example, this one. You need a defender and basically everyone. That's the ranged unit. And we need a space for the pit fiend, so fire elemental will not be purchased. So we need a defender and one back row unit that can be the monk at this stage. We're in a horrible shape. Unit damage extra on the fish. And also on the fish. I need to swap back the caster and the range unit. Our stats are simply bad. This won't help much. I'll put it on one of the ogres. No. Regular spell is good. This is not the easiest battle, although it looks easy, it is not easy. You won't be able to charge. I'll try the castle formation. Expect some casualties. Not much, but... Now it's 0 and we're a bit better off. Yeah, I expect some casualties. best thing that happens to you is if the fish dies, because it's revived. Unfortunately, 3 others died. And this will get really expensive. 7 units, and the 8th unit is gonna be the second ogre. This is getting really expensive. We're battling the final boss. Now, I use my usual trick. To make sure that we're not vulnerable towards road damage, but although the opponents are not in a road formation. And we need to find different formations here. This is not the best one. And this is when you can see that there is a chance that this is where we finish this whole thing. Sometimes you need to restart. I can take out one of the... So first of all, we have to bait. Same as before. Because that's a... No, that's not a devil. Okay, we don't have to bait. And this means that we can take off one of the units. And place a defend... The dwarf has some synergic elements with the rest of the units. It increases their HP, if I'm not mistaken. Which doesn't help with damage. But at least we survive for a bit longer. And there you go, already. We've made some progress. I'll try again. But I might accept this. This is a better outcome because of killing the nightmare. So I'll accept these casualties. Amazing, 4 done. So keep enough funds just in case you run into trouble, and now you can revive. It's gonna be expensive. And revive the units that you need the most. Okay, and now we have 4 units left. Go to the next chapter. We cannot purchase anyone. And now we'll see what happens if we just do a one-person attack. Nothing good. This means that we might as well give up. I would love to get the Wasp-Wort, I cannot. I would love to get the Shark Trainer. That's a long shot and I won't be able to. I will pass this time. Because I don't have any other options. Silver, that's why I passed. You see, we couldn't get rid of any other cards and now we have a chance. At least. To do something. I will have to get the Wasp-Wort, no one else though. I'm considering the Regnant Serpent just for survival. Then this means that out of the 2 ogres I can disband the second one. I'll get the Regnant Serpent. I don't want the Basilisk at the moment because it's an over-investment. I'll have to skip the airship as well. I'll have to skip everyone. And I avoid anything. Let's see. Yeah, we've used this already. This would work really well on the monk. So I will want this on the monk. We're gonna get another buff. 20 seconds invincibility. This would be amazing on the Shark Trainer, but now our substitute Shark Trainer is the fish. And now we have no other choice but to start the battles. If we have attackers, then we might use just the fish with the invincibility. And I'm just getting back from the dead. There you go. And if you can kill one, then you can kill more than one. That's what you want. Because you see that even with this like badly failed attempt, we can do some things. Because the fish keeps on getting revived. So you might as well want to use the unit. And then you get silver, and then you can buy units or revive units with the silver, and then you get another card. And I'm looking forward to the reset heal cost. So it's really getting back from the dead. Because I can show you all the perfect walkthroughs and like that exist. You also want to see the ones where I get into deep trouble. And what do? Could I have died? Like, could I have given up? Absolutely. It was in the cards, pun intended. Go for these attackers as well. If you can kill one attacker, that's already amazing. Yes, we could kill one attacker, which means that we'll slowly grind down the team. This is another strategy. So survival strategy, I intentionally rejected the Shark Trainer because otherwise I couldn't have gotten rid of cards. I could have gotten rid of the Wasp-Wort card. So there I could have gotten the Shark Trainer, but I'm still not in a financial situation where I could afford the Shark Trainer. So I will need luck to hire a Shark Trainer. 5 units, so it used to be 8, so if we could kill one when we had 8, maybe we can kill one when we have 5. So this is all that I'm capitalizing on. and I don't even need a devil. I will revisit my expenditures on chapter 1 and 2 because not spending a lot made me survive the final battle because I could do it in 2 go. Amazing, another attacker formation. This means precious silver, if we can kill at least one. And this also means new cards. It takes a while, but you want to take 0 risk. This is not the type of speedrun that I was looking for, evidently. But a speedrun going badly, I mean, your objective is not to finish as quickly as possible, the primary one, but to get the 3000 silver and win it. And if it takes 2 hours to do this, so be it. The weakest spot. If I can win this by killing 1 unit, I'm happy. Remember, we have 20 seconds of invincibility. It's not enough to grind down a defensive unit, unfortunately, so this is how far we could go. This means that we're gonna take on this weakest opponent. We'll see how many units we'll need to revive or buy. We'll need 2 back row units. This will go to the back, so it doesn't matter where you put it. So the 2 back row units are gonna be Monk and Medusa. It's gonna cost a fortune, especially the Monk. I'll disband the Pegasus at this stage, but it's a buffed Monk. We still cannot afford a Shark Trainer, and this time I cannot speed things up. You see, I make mistakes too sometimes, so I misclick. That was an expensive misclick when you killed 3 units. There you go, Monk has the morale bonus. So we'll see if anyone dies. Oh no, the Monk died last second. I cannot do anything with people dying the last second, unfortunately. I tried this with just 7 units. We're not out of the woods yet. So we might still need to restart this whole thing. Normally I don't revive a Monk. But this time I did it because, well, you had the buffs on the Monk. Looks symmetrical, but I would prefer them to attack the Regnant Serpent. No matter what I do. Okay, I can do one more thing. How about this? How much can the Regnant Serpent endure? I have no idea. Not much. Maybe we'll find another victim. We're limping with 7 units and without a shark trainer. So this is not good news. And without proper healing. Finally. That's what we were looking for. And I have to help the cat, because if I reject the shark trainer, then I have to go for the cat. With extra 100 defense, I might be able to do something with these units. So let's see if we can limp with 6 units. Dangerous. We're about to die. Yeah, the serpent is dying. Okay. So the answer is no. I'll have to do something with the revival. I need at least a second defender. I would prefer if that defender was someone else. I'll have to help. There you go. We got a Hydra. The Hydra is not a defensive unit. And it's not the best unit, and it's really expensive, unfortunately. Let's try Drakon. Seems like we're healing well. Amazing. With 6 units, we could essentially defeat all of them. Let's see if we can continue with these 6 units. No. I can try this one with the extra 100 defense. Still with 6 units. You may be asking why I'm not buying the Hydra. I mean, there can be a buff behind it. But it's dangerous to buy the Hydra, because then I commit. I commit to a strategy where I have no other choice. No other revivals. I will have to heal the Ogre for 20 because I cannot afford to wait for cards. And this, coupled with the extra 100 defense, enables me to make the serpent survive, at least. Unfortunately, the ogre is not gonna survive against this. We've seen this before, but not with the extra 100 defense. And this is a genie plus an airship, so this is a difficult battle as well. The reason why I'm not happy with the Hydra is that I cannot afford to let go of the Pit Fiend at the moment as my primary healer. I would need a genie to be able to do so. Or a mermaid for that matter. The serpent is dying. If others are not dying, I will take the hit. Self-financing. Too bad, because once again we're getting bad cards. I mean, this playthrough, and it's not self-financing because it's dirty. I may need to pass on the Hydra because it has limited use cases in the future. Just to get more cards. We're getting back the Serpent, we're limping with just 7 units. I understand if you don't want to play this, because sometimes you navigate yourself into a tough situation. Now, if the going gets a bit tough, you might as well just spend 100 diamonds on it. And reroll. Once again, it's just cards after cards after cards. Now, this is a good formation, the Serpent has to endure this. There is no other choice. Whatever courage. Oh no, the Serpent just last second deaths. It's like the 3rd time that it's happened. Tatalia, we're getting the 30 silver. Amazing. We'll need it badly. We're not getting a reset heal cost buff. That's a really bad thing as well. We'll have to kill this Catherine team. So 92. I have no place for the Hydra, unfortunately. We're still limping with just 7 units. Oh no, health. There is a unit that is about to die. Looks like we're out of the waters. Good, we healed. It was this close, really, really close. And another battle. Limping with 7 units still. It's doable, but we have to do it without casualties. Once again, I don't have reset heal cost, I don't have one single shark trainer. And Zeron will get outdated really soon. We have to make this happen. Same formation, we cannot afford to use the ogre at this stage. Yeah, we're dying left and right. Once again, this is gonna be a difficult one. Simply because we cannot damage the opponent well enough. With the buffs that we have right now, it's just not enough. The fish died, so our main damage dealer is gone, and we haven't managed to break the defenses. We haven't even killed a single unit. Now we have. So what can I do? The Hydra would be amazing if we could put it in the back row. We cannot. We have these two battles. We cannot do much with them. And we have some reset heal cost. I need to conclude that given that we have this fish and we have the Pit Fiend, the Hydra is not a significant upgrade. So I might need to pass on the Hydra. But it's not giving me more options because you don't have more cards. Sometimes it's buggy. I saw the 3 cards remaining on the bottom, but sometimes you get a buff, sometimes you get something. So we'll have to make this happen. I can try Ryland, just in case. But it has a knock-on effect of not being able to attack the back row with Devils. No, this is not gonna work. This is definitely not gonna work. So our options are limited, really limited. I'll have to revive someone just to see what to do. And that someone may be the monk. I'm paying a premium for the monk if I revive him. Yeah, you see, no one got killed. So I need to deal more damage, but I need to keep the units alive as well. This doesn't help. This helps a bit with HP, but primarily I need the monk badly. This is the worst playthrough ever that I have not given up yet. They're attacking the monk. That's good. That's really good. You can attack the monk and the monk survives. Amazing. That's what we want. A monk is an amazing bait unit for the spells of Catherine and will slowly grind her down. Slowly but surely. There you go. Once again the monk survived. Meanwhile the Westport is doing the job. This is the difference that an upgraded monk can do. Given we don't have a genie. Or anyone else for that matter. New chapter, new buffs. So we don't want these units. We need a defensive unit. Like a Gorgon. So Gorgon is an option. Let's do the story number. We don't have a Hydra. We're not expecting Red Dragon or Naga. Opponents are getting more difficult to deal with. And we're not gonna defeat any of these. So this means, how are we doing? I will replace the Serpent with a Gorgon. This is a stopgap that we need anyway, but there is gonna be a Dragon Golem coming soon. So it's just a stopgap. Well, actually it's not a stopgap because the Dragon Golem is supposed to replace the other unit, so yeah, that's fine. We're still going at it, we're strengthening the Ogre. Yeah, ice and snow I understand, but just please die more quickly because we need to make some progress. I'll make some changes so that we distribute the workload between top and bottom. Very good. We made it. So workload distribution was the deciding factor to survive. Remember, this is a survival game. Finally, oh what? So, thanks for nothing. This is exactly what we didn't want. Neither Inferno nor Stronghold. Nothing. Finally, something at least. I mean, dodge shield. I've had shield. You see, bad luck can haunt you until the very end. This is chapter 4 and I'm still like this close to getting eliminated. So once again, maybe this is an uphill battle that is not even worth fighting at this stage. Our stats are horrible. Prospects, really bad basically. Opponent is healing, so I expect to die with at least one unit. Because they are, unless I quickly kill some unit, you see the strongest unit that we had died. This is like crazy, the craziest playthrough that I've ever had. This looks easy, but it's not. Because of our stats. Now every single battle is difficult. There you go. The crates. And this battle is horrible as well. Like all of the battles are horrible at this stage. But this is worse than usual because the opponent will cast spells every second basically. Yeah, we're dying. So this means that the only thing we can do to progress is if I reject this. We don't have any of these units, so be it. Decline. If we don't have anything better, 10% HP is better than nothing. Tazar is doable if we had, but we need 200. There you go. And this is it. That's the end. When the weakest opponent is Kilgore, then you know that there is a problem. I think it's soon gonna be over. That's what I was waiting for, that the devil is coming. But unfortunately the opponent is casting a spell and then we're basically doomed. We need to kill the healers quickly. But we're not doing this. I'll try once more. There is another option to make things happen. Yeah, we've got it, finally. And this breaks the opponent. Not well enough. Okay, there is another option, which is We hold our ground on the top and we grind down the opponents at the bottom. It's doable, it's just really difficult. You see, it was this close. Finally we killed the genie and now we can heal, I hope. Opponent cannot heal anymore, but we can. And we barely but survived. Evil Inferno. Now, what do we have? 200 attack, 150 defense. My units are dying, so this time I'm gonna choose defense. Amazing units. Really amazing units. But I will need to pass. Both of them. Unfortunately. You want a Ragnar Archer or you want an Arcane Archer? I will want an Arcane Archer. And I just have 91. I have to pass. This is a really difficult one as well. So now we'll have to survive battles, but at least we have more defense. Survival is everything, and as long as you heal... No, I didn't. As long as you heal, you need to stay alive. So we can try Kilgore with 100 extra defense and see if it makes a difference. This is by far not a normal playthrough. We'll need healing because we're very much living on the edge. Okay. Story. Enter. We can recruit one unit, not two, but one. And we'll need to earn 81 silver without losing a single unit to recruit the other unit. Given that I have a very good defensive unit, I can live without the Dragon Golem for now. I have to prioritize the Arcane Archer. I'm committing to the Arcane Archer. And now we'll need to keep that card open, and we'll need to continue without losing a single unit. What kind of challenge is this? Well, it's not working out. Oh, no, I don't want to fight this. Neither this and neither this. Rejecting the Dragon Golem has severe consequences. I mean, consequences so severe that you don't even want to know what that means. And we need 81 silver somehow. And we cannot lose a single unit. Or actually we can lose one unit but not the monk. And we're losing the monk. What can I do with the monk? We can swap the monk around, for example, to here. to protect it. But this leaves the top row unprotected. I'll be able to lose the ogre, but not now. I can lose it in like 3 battles. There you go, the monk is dead again. I'll have to try my luck with a crate, but here, this is the one battle where Arcane Archer doesn't help much. Neither does Zeron. Because by the time the Arcane Archer hits, we're dead. There you go, we're gonna win this one, but I cannot accept these level of casualties. So that's where the problem lies. One thing I could do is this. I cannot afford the other end. At least I could have placed the pit fin below. And I cannot afford a loss. Like this monk especially. But this looks like the easy... When this is the easiest battle, then there is a big problem. So that's how severe the situation is right now. Okay, I cannot keep the monk alive. What happens if I choose this? So I save the monk, and I hope to get it done without the monk's healing. Nothing good. Here as well. So this looks like an unsolvable problem to me. And we'll need to take this. I have an idea. Good. I think my idea will work. Not this turn, so I will take some casualties, I think. I'm not sure, so maybe we'll get lucky, and then I don't need the idea. The idea is that I just use the fish, and no one else. Good. So, the idea is the following. You have weak units on the bottom. So, you'll put everyone down, and do this. And you get 20 seconds of invincibility. It worked. Amazing. I don't know how, but it worked. And then you can attack the opponent with a full team. So 20 seconds of invincibility is doing wonders, it seems. And we barely made another. So we need to run this like at least 5 times and hope to get lucky. If it's really not working, I can also place this elsewhere. Ryland won't help, I think. And there is an unorthodox option. Oh, it worked. Amazing. There is an unorthodox option to move this to the back row. So it seems like that it's not this unit that is dealing the damage, but the Devil of Seron. And it's not working, it's just, we need to keep it alive so that the Devil comes and attacks the back row. Did this work? No, it didn't. What if I went here? I'm just delaying things. Yeah, the prayers. What if I did this? Okay. Now let's see this one. I'm hopeful here. There you go. That's the key. So in chapter 4, we're using a simple 40 silver unit to make progress with the Devil. So Zeron, and any unit for that matter, helps. Maybe we could use a defender as well, because they stay alive for a bit longer. But the attack that it does, so it works. This strategy works with attackers mostly. As I said, worst ever playthrough. Imagine not having a Shark Trainer on chapter 4. But wait a minute, this strategy is amazing. Now, I need to go down with this unit to the bottom to kill the ice elementals, because we're not gonna deal with the crates. That's the key. Yeah, there you go. And now we'll take on the crates one by one. But quickly. Here we need quick contact. It didn't happen, but we're better off than we used to be. So CL is gonna be the last one. I'm not sure, I'm not positive if we can make progress here. But I'm just cleaning the field. You see, it was not easy. Okay, let's leave this. So we will battle 2 crates without the ice elementals. So this means we'll put the formation back fully. We'll keep the monk, but if the monk dies, then I'll use a bait unit instead, because against 2 units I don't think we'll need to heal much. The morale boost helps though. There you go. We got the 20 silver, we just need 60 more. Recruit hero, no thank you. We want other things, not these. No, honestly. Amazing. We don't have the battle, so we can proceed and we have an empty card. Reset heal cost, this is what we wanted. I might as well use it straight away. There is no glory in keeping this for later, because I'm not gonna use, I cannot afford healing. So finally this is happening. Marks, we don't want this. Dungeon and death, we don't want this either. So this means, okay, I might as well use the earth mark, but just watch my video on elemental zones. You don't want to collect the 4 marks. Maybe the whole game will become a lot more difficult. Now, we still have one opponent where we killed the back row, and we can use this to our advantage. So we'll block the bottom row. And this one as well. We'll place the monk here. and then we'll see the rest. So against 6 units we might stay alive. Now we can afford some casualties, not as if I want no, I don't want these. I'll try this without the monk. The monk just dies almost immediately. I can revive the Regnant Serpent if the ogre dies. No, actually not. I don't want the Regnant Serpent. For the Medusa, I don't know. We need to somehow make progress. Okay, so we can... It's still hard. This is still hard. Sephiroth, let's try this. That's a new unit. Not the easiest one. But hey, anything. Anything that moves us forward helps. I'm hoping that the 6 defenders are easy enough as a target. We don't have the monk's morale or healing. No, you won't get anything back. You just brought bad units. The Medusa is in danger. Other units are in danger too, but especially the Medusa. Finally. That's the easiest, even though they had the most fake power. That was the easiest battle. 60 silver, we need 40 more. I don't know what to say about this. It's super easy normally. Our weak spot is the ogre at the moment, and some others as well. I still haven't brought the monk. I might want to. Yeah, the weak spot died. Okay, so we'll bring back the monk and place it behind the ogre for synergy. And I will strengthen the ogre further like this. What now? And I'm strengthening the fish as well with high morale. Yeah, I know, we told this already. Just... we need to keep the defensive unit alive. Okay, I have another trick. The way to keep the ogre alive is this. I'll try 30 seconds. If the fish dies, but we manage the battle, we're good. So an attacker unit with invincibility is effectively a defensive unit for the first 30 seconds. The fish died. And then this offloaded the other defensive unit for the first 30 seconds, and meanwhile we killed half the field. That's the trick. So that's yet another creative trick that works because of the invincibility. We need 8 silver. This battle is supposed to be doable. I'm not sure how easily, but it's supposed to be doable. And the question is the formation, like one of the questions. Keep this formation because once again the fish is effectively a defender. No, that's bad formation because the ogre is gonna die. Plus we're not getting the morale boost for the monk. If the ogre survives, that's a miracle. And miracles sometimes happen. We badly needed this to retire the ogre. Put it on. It's usually a bullshit buff, but this time it's a good buff. Well, better buff than the nothing that we usually get. Hero attack is gonna be the way to go. 200, 250, so this time 250, 250, fine. Unit damage. Why didn't we have this earlier? Why do we have this in the last 7 cards? These buffs, crazy. Dragon Golem, we have to get this. So I'll retire someone, like the Serpent or the Fire Bird. Both are fine to retire. In fact, I'll retire both. There is no formation where we require a Serpent anymore. Dragon Golem, got it. So this means that we can now battle better. The ogre is gone. Let's get the domain activated if it was not. Now it's active. We're trying these 6 units now. We have a heal cost reset. And I hope that the monk will survive this. Of course it doesn't. So now we have 4 battles. All of them are bad battles. Maybe the best one is Solomir's. Maybe. Our defense is good enough. Our offense is horrible. I just want to get done with this chapter as much as possible, as quickly as possible. We need healing quickly. We need damage quickly. And survival. I was rushing at the beginning a bit too much. And the heal cost, well, that was a problem. Now it's not a big problem. This is a long battle with the 6 defenders. I may be able to start rushing again. Or not, we will see. But this is always a long grind. I just cannot afford to like, wait for 3 minutes. You see, all of us survive this time. And one more. That's a more difficult battle as well. I cannot rush this one. Or no, I'm mixing it up with something else. Okay, this is not that more difficult, but that was a chapter 1 viewer, that was a more difficult one. I have no idea what to think of this. And we lost effectively 2 units. So we have 6 units right now, plus some battles that are not even worth fighting. Actually, we can try. I could have placed the other 2 units in the formation though. Yeah, the extra hero, attack hero, defense hero, everything that helps. So I'll bring the 2 units. Like this. And then we'll see, we're at least 8. Because we need silver for the Venom spawn. We're falling behind in terms of the silver goals. No, I will just fight the final boss. I try at least. With this formation. I could have placed the Cyclops to the top. The ogre is dead. It's just collateral damage. It's amazing. This is not that amazing, but we'll need revivals for this boss. That's something I know already. Really uncomfortable was because they're casting spells every second, basically. Three casualties so far. Last chance, yeah. You won't have any more chances because we're going to the next chapter, yeah. It's chapter 5. Attack. No, at this stage new monks are not good. Defensive units, no one. What is this? Well, Cough Shield, that's the best, but once again, we need better ones. I could place the Cough Shield on the Arcane Archer as a carrier. Okay, Arcane Archer is not a Cov unit, but we're not buffing Arcane Archer. We also need defense, not just attack. Which one? 30-20, so it's gonna be 30-30 with damage reduction. Number, we're getting another buff. Yeah, amazing, but well, attack speed, life drain. Attack speed increase is good. We don't really have many. This is not an endgame unit, that's the thing. It's just a substitute Shark Trainer for now without charging abilities. Fearless. If I had a Shark Trainer, that would be amazing. Now this is the new monk. I need this, but no one else. Dodge, because we had, I think, 400 shield or something. We don't need any of these units, although the Naga is tempting. We need to preserve funds. Plus we need to get all the buffs. And now we'll see. So the team looks like this. We need to heal the Gorgon. We have 7 units, and I might come with 2 healers, we'll see. Reviving a Pitfiend at this stage seems to be an overkill. Let's see, so we have these 7 units. I don't want to revive any of them. I don't want to spend funds on an 8 unit. And I don't want to use this Fearless on any random unit either. Well, maybe the Dragon Golem is not a bad one. But then I would need Revival as well and just play with 2 units. We have a Commander, so this is not an easy battle at all. We'll need to see if we survive this. Because it's never easy. You see we're taking some damage already. It's like back from the dead. We can still die. Because we don't have a single Shark Trainer. But the good news is that Shark Trainer against Kilgore, not a life insurance policy. Okay. These defensive units are amazing if you don't want a Venom spawn. A Manticore is a weak Shark Trainer, but it costs 40 silver. As a stopgap, I can afford it to win at least 2 battles. Because what else would I use? Ogres? A monk is an option, I will keep it around, but this means that we have no space for the Medusa anymore, it's just dead on arrival. So I will get the Manticore temporarily, and I'll reject the other 2, even the Black Dragon. Because I have good enough units with the Gorgon. I'll try this battle first. So Manticore is gonna come here to charge for the back row. I'll defend here. We have to live with a Manticore until we get a Shark Trainer. The bad news is that once we get a Shark Trainer and the Venom spawn at the same time, we will have a hard time getting the 170 silver. Some magic resistance could also help, because this is the state of the game like more than 4 years ago, where spell damage still mattered. Okay, so the Manticore is not a survival machine, which means that I'll need to place them here. I can put Fearless on the Manticore to increase its survival for 20 more seconds. Yeah, it's not a survival machine, we concluded this. Maybe it was a mistake. But anyway, we have other opponents to deal with. This is an easy one. I can just hope that the Manticore will survive. If not, then we ruined our chances. Why isn't the Mermaid healing the Manticore, by the way? That's why we bought the Mermaid. Okay, this is super easy. If the Manticore dies, it's proof it was not meant to be used. Okay, this was the previous card. That's the easiest one. I'll do one charging attempt, but I cannot do it on auto. Good. And the Manticore survived. How many of these are we gonna have? So this is a problematic battle, but we'll somehow manage it. The Manticore is dead. Not my favorite unit altogether. But it doesn't mean that I want to get rid of the Fearless bonus. Okay, I'll revive the Manticore once. Or shall I revive the Pit Fiend? The Monk doesn't have a space anymore. I'll revive the Manticore. I have to. Even if I don't want to. Although we're damaging the back row with Zeron and the Manticore doesn't have that much. So if you don't have a Star Trainer but you have Zeron, that's like a similar effect. And free reset health cost is coming in the next chapter. So that's why I'm not worrying about some revivals. It doesn't mean that I want a revival here. I never want a revival. If I can avoid it, I will. Now. Once again, 3 horrible battles. So luck-wise, usually you get all the buffs at the beginning, but now you're not. So this is the most disgusting phase of Chronicles. When you just couldn't do your homework at the beginning, and now we're suffering from not having even a Shark Trainer. We can still get back on track. It's just increasingly difficult. The Manticore is dead. This is a bad battle as well. They are healing far too much for us to overcome this. So we may be able to use this. But I'm not too hopeful. And yes, the mermaids are healing. but it's too much damage. I have to advance somehow. So yeah, the Manticore died as usual. Not even the invincibility would have helped much. Or at all. But we managed to kill a Ragnarsir, that helps. And our reward is another battle. Like, okay, let's do our best. Let's revive the Manticore in the absence of better options. And let's fight another one. At least we have the weapon, the same weapon. Now we're up against 8 Manticores. You say the Manticore has overwhelming power or what? Doesn't look like it. At all. And we get another battle. I mean, I've seen bad playthroughs. I've seen it all. But this is on another level. And then we'll get a Kilgore next turn. Or next chapter. Yeah, this can be fast forwarded. Finally. We have to, because otherwise we're doomed. And we've defeated a team like this before. I'm afraid of charging. But maybe that's what I should do. There is a Ragnarsir on the back. We still have Zeron to deal damage to the back row. And the Manticore doesn't help at all. I'm just minimizing respawn cost. Oh, it's Jam. I thought at least we have a better hero to deal with, because Jam keeps on healing. This is like a 3-minute battle. After 1.5 minutes, everyone is still alive. And this is the damage dealing. These reveal the damage dealing abilities that we have. Finally, we managed to grind down a defensive unit. No one else, just a defensive unit. Guess what happened to the Manticore? I mean, it provided some entertainment at least. Finally, the opponent is collapsing. It doesn't mean that we're safe. Healers are gone. Okay, 2 minutes 57 seconds. But this was a mandatory one. Enter. Take it. Yeah, this is usually a nonsense buff. Okay, this is at least an easy battle. Guess what we do to the Manticore? I'm still not using that buff on the Manticore. I have better choices. If I can get a card with a Shark Trainer, low probability event but really high impact. I'm just fast forwarding this. There are battles that I can still win. This is one of them. And the boss is coming, which means we're not fighting this, we're not fighting this. And we need to decide now. I mean, putting it on a defensive unit doesn't make much sense. The Mermaid, it makes sense, some sense, because if you have like a quick death, then it helps. The Manticore will not live with us for long. So if I wanted a long-term effect, then I would place it on either the Mermaid or the Dragon Golem. The Dragon Golem, it just doesn't matter because it's so strong that 20 seconds of invincibility is not a factor. I'll put it on the Mermaid. I think this battle can be fast forwarded, but I'll try with the Manticore being in charging position. I wanted this invincibility to go on the Shark Trainer. I couldn't do it. Yeah, we know. Wasport is dead. That's why I did this invincibility on the Mermaid. Because if they quickly kill the best healer that we have, then you know what happens. Now we're losing the team. And indeed the healer was in danger. But this is a difficult, like a major difficulty. Because we're hanging on a thread. But we managed to absolve this with just 3 casualties, so we're going forward. And select some more buffs. Damage. Second healer, that's good. None of these are fine. None of these either. No. Now, we have options. We have options to have a defensive as well as an attacker to revive, or we put it on the Mermaid. We will see. I'll add the second healer, that's obvious. This is obvious too. None of them are needed. I have to open it even if it's... Unfortunately now we'll have to play the whole thing through with 3 cards. 2 cards. So essentially we'll need to revive the units that were needed. We'll need a front row unit, that's the problem. We'll try with just 7. So this means that we need a front row unit. Guess which front row units we have. I cannot expect other front row units. So at the moment, one option is to ensure survival of the Mermaid. That is not bad. That's a strategy worth doing. Build 30 monoliths, that helps. We won't ever need this. We won't ever need this one either, and now we're just down to the battles. Kind of unfortunate. But you know, the new strategy that I can think of, 2 invincible units. There you go. One healing the other. They didn't even feel it. What about this one? Yeah, that was quick. But we managed it. Arcane Archer can be revived as well, that's also another option. Not a healer, but a damage dealer. Could have thought about that. Okay. Third one. No. And the fourth one. Yeah, that's... I won't even try. So we'll need to revive a few units. One for the front row. Yeah, I don't have a good option for the front row. We just need to move forward by one card, always one card. So these are the 8 units that we have right now. Everyone survived. We got rewarded by another battle. I try it like this. We'll see if the Manticore survives. We essentially wasted an undying body. Now with double healing, oh, I didn't think it was so difficult. So this means that we're gonna end in chapter 6. I cannot really do much. It even killed the dragon golem. What is going on? So by now we should have received at least 2 shark trainers. My back row is a disaster. I mean, we still have a Cyclops. That's not normal. It takes 3 minutes to get rid of 2 units. This is not normal. Buffs are horrible, units are horrible, everything is horrible. Fearless. Another invincibility attempt. If only we could get rid of some units and get a better invincible unit. Well, wishful thinking. If I have to end up using it on the Manticore, you know that it's trouble. So that's why I've not been doing this. Yeah, we're disintegrating. So I don't have another option but to use this invincibility on someone. And that someone cannot be the Arcane Archer. Dragon Golem doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if I cannot use it, this is the easiest battle to fight out of the 3. I can revive the Manticore once again, but it's become a joke by now. Maybe controlling Zeron manually. That would help. The 2 healers are gone, and then we're dead. So the mermaid has it. Dragon Golem doesn't need it. I mean, fine, 20 seconds invincibility. And now we're getting the attack that we wanted. That's why I wanted to unblock this. And we're getting a Manticore. If you don't have anyone better, I mean, what can I do? Straight to the crates. Oops. Looks like we can manage this. With the double healing, of course. Okay, we're getting a new unit. That always helps. This means that we can technically run a 3 defense formation if needed. None of these. I mean, an attacker, it doesn't hurt. 4-1 will reset here, because we will need it at the end of the battle. I don't even know how I will survive this. So some strengthening. And for some reason we're still using the Manticore. Why? How? It's... I have no idea. 0 shark trainers. So now we got the buff. Now we got the Venom spawn. And reset here cost will be needed, yeah. So no. Stronghold, no. Deterrence is the best thing that we can do. And I put it to the front. Like here. Next one. We'll need to revive the second healer. I mean, if we want to win, we have to beat Kilgore. A stronger version of it. Unfortunately, this is the worst formation and the worst hero that we can use. I'm considering getting back Ryland. As soon as we trigger the back row, it's gonna be over. There you go. We triggered the back row. Two casualties. The problem is that we'll have to fight a 12 to 13 million Kilgore. No. So I think this is how far we can get. I tried everything to get back on track, but sometimes it's a failed effort. I know already that I'm not gonna survive the last battle. Unless some miracle happens. Even this one is difficult enough. Miraculously, all of us survived, so this means that we can take another round. But I know for a fact that I'm not gonna survive the last battle. Even with revivals. When you have to defeat Astra like 3 times, even if I didn't enable domains, fine. Even then, there is a problem. And this problem is really serious, that serious. Mistakes were made before, or just bad luck. Part of it is bad luck, part of it is mistakes. At least we got some defense. And for some reason we still have a 20 silver unit, the Cyclops on the back. I don't know what to do with this. Actually, I do. I'll do this. I'm trying to trigger the Devil of Zeron. But it's not working out. We don't have enough bait units for this. Let's try this. I'm not too hopeful either. Let's try it in the traditional way. Maybe with a triple defender. I mean, what value does the Cyclops give us? Three defenders, 2 healers. Okay, so this is how far we could get. I seriously don't think we can survive this. First, this is the benchmark. Can we kill at least 1 unit? The fish is dead. The other damage dealer is dead. We're making progress. I didn't think we could do that well. We killed the commander of the opponent. That's unexpected. I thought we would just end the whole thing here and now. But it looks like we have a chance of even surviving 3 minutes. Arcane Archer is dead, so be it. Good. 2 casualties. Plus the fish revives. Yeah, I'll just keep these 8 units. I'll try. And then this is doable. Not easily, but it's doable. The Berserker is still alive. Very good. This was unexpected. I thought it was my end. Now, we'll need to reset heal cost, but only after reviving at least this unit. And the other two, I mean, we don't have a use case for any of them anymore. And now, Blessing, reset heal cost, accept. Next turn. This is a surprisingly easy chapter. Defense or attack. At this stage, we'll need attack. Otherwise, we would not be able to use our infrastructure. This is a viable option for an attacker, better than the Manticore. So we'll have to battle this. If we survive this one, then we might have just won the whole battle. With the crate and the Ragnon's here. And with not having a single shark trainer, that's mind-blowing. Chapter 7. And still having to deal with Seron. Now, 0 casualties because the fish revives itself. We have Ragnon and we have crate. And we're moving on. Balancing attack and defense. This should be easy. So let's see which units to get rid of. So essentially we'll need a crate. This is easy. For the Ragnon, we might do this. And another option is to keep the genie. But for that, we'll need to do something like this. This works. The domains are not activated. That's a mistake on my end. I'll first check if the new formation is good enough. I'm still worried, so we need the double healing. Looks like the formation is still working. Yeah, looks like it. We may still run into trouble, but it's fine. So new units, no. I will skip them. HP. Tempting at this stage. because of if there is no better option, then we can finish this against Kilgore. So I'm getting this hero. Triple left. Fine. This is more than fine. Damage. And we'll keep the formation for now. No casualties, excellent. And at this stage, units, well. I need a shark trainer, like badly. Oh no. Good. I should have swapped the Venom spawn with the other one. Wait a minute. It's not because of the swapping, which I can do, but the domain, yeah, that's it. We cannot afford this at this stage. Double healers plus the Regnance here, so craziness. I'll fight them. We have no space for this unit, so we need a deterrence. We don't have enough healing at this stage. That's a practice fight. Worth doing. Damage. That's easy. Forgot to equip the hero. It's fine at this stage, so it's Kilgore, the main reason. Astra would be better against Kilgore, but we live with what we have. Crazy. Another one. And now we got Astra. I mean, I can get Astra, that was the ultimate goal. But we could never be sure if we ever got Astra. Oops. So let's get it. We have to accept this, and I'm battling this right now. You will see the reasons quite soon. If I did everything correctly. Now, I think I skipped the Prophet's Hut. Not sure if this was a prerequisite for the White Tiger, but I skipped the lunch to not get Shark Trainer because I couldn't afford it back then. And if I did everything correctly and activated all the prerequisites, at the end of this fight, the White Tiger is awaiting me. I had to reject the Hydra 2 back in the days, if you remember, because I didn't have a use case for it, because back then even a Pitfiend was better. Which is crazy, because a 20 silver unit is, how can it be better than a 70 silver unit? Because of healing. I had survival problems. This is the most screwed up playthrough I've ever seen. But it looks like we're managing it. No. Dragon turtles are also dragons. So this screwed up way, it's crazy. We need to collect this silver because we're not gonna get the 3000 either, most likely. Too many revivals, too many stopgap units. But it happens, you do the best, and then if you get rid of a few chests, it just won't matter. I don't know how many times I have to run this, but I suspect that it's not once. As long as you get rid of 2 units, or 1 unit at least, it's already fine. You see, you got rid of a few units. Oh, this many? That was surprising. So now we'll figure it out if I did everything correctly for the white tiger. Yes. So rejecting the food. Now I got the white tiger. Which is amazing instead of the shark trainer. I'll think about this. But for now, we have a white tiger. Which means that we can essentially charge as well. And I can use Astral from now on. Yeah, from now on, exactly. That's what you said too. I don't have a typical Astral formation. But it's the lowest variance hero. Especially against Kilgore. Unfortunately, I don't even have the genie in the formation anymore because I don't have space. And well, this may be the first ever zero Shark Trainer playthrough. I still get a Shark Trainer if I can. In Chapter 8, there are gonna be some opportunities, maybe. It's random number generated or dependent. Here I could have had an opportunity too. I have no space for this. There you go. I got the opportunity, I'm using it. And now the formation is complete. The craziest playthrough I've ever seen. And I think we turned it around. Now, this is when the fish goes away. Or not. This specific turn, I'm fine with this. This specific turn too. As long as I don't need a change, I won't make it. This should be easy as well. So we'll block. And now we're better off with a Shark Trainer. No, maybe. Funds wise, we're in a financial disaster. So I'm tempted to even take on Kilgore at this stage. I won't make it to 3000. That's something that is quite obvious to me already. But 2700 is still doable. So that's why we have to do everything. This one I don't know. It's a weaker Kilgore than it used to be. I'll reactivate this unit because I can lose it. Astral is the best hero. So we're stronger than we used to be, and this is a weaker Kilgore. But we don't have the double healing. I'm still expecting to win. Although, no. Okay, let's go to the next turn. This is good practice for the next chapter. So let's see. Attack 6, defense 7, so evident. We don't need any units anymore, especially not a Manticore. Shark Trainer is tempting, but now we have a White Tiger. Shield. It's never enough. Damage. I don't need any heroes, any units. And any of these unit specific buffs. Except when we have a Gorgon. I won't use it, but I can at least get the buff. That's easy. Although there is the troll. So we have some issues. How does Sandro have a troll? Anyway, it's not synergic with Sandro. Fine. The end is easy if you did your homework. Otherwise, you don't even pass Kilgore in chapter 6. So this is a when shit hits the fan type of playthrough. I made some questionable decisions, but all of those decisions aided my short-term survival. I had no other choice. Did I activate the White Tiger domain? I think not. That's a questionable decision that didn't aid my survival. That's just stupidity on my end. No way. Yeah, that was the stupidity that I was talking about. This should be easy. Any free silver is good at this stage. Good. We're quite close to the end. We'll have to fight one Kilgore, I think. Out of many. And this is the one that we need to fight. Are we prepared or are we not prepared? I don't know. That's the weakest Kilgore, I think. Maybe there is an 11 too. Good. It paid off. I'll revive the crate. This is a good Kilgore to fight. This is an even better Kilgore to fight. That's interesting. I didn't have such easy Kilgores before. Let's see this one. Interesting, it's just as hard as Kilgore, and in fact it killed the White Tiger. Anyway, we have 4 free revivals, so it's fine. Is the Shark Trainer better than a White Tiger? I didn't think about it like this. But anyway. Got Galu. And we got this horrible formation. I don't know if it's random or it's dependent on our past actions. Anyway, we got how many? 2657. So, as I said, we're not well. So we'll need some extra silver. Oh, we're not charging here. We just do this. At least for the 2.7k. Good. So we got the 2.7k milestone. We're not gonna get the 3000 milestone, especially with revivals. I cannot risk it. So casualties, you know. So claim all of them. Also chapter 8 will be claimed. And we're missing out on 2 chests out of 30. So be it. I'm super happy that I managed to finish this. Okay, so extremely happy. It's the hardest playthrough I've ever seen. Write it in the comments if it surprised you. That it's still possible. Write it in the comments if you thought that I'm not gonna make it. I thought it too. And you see that there is never basically you can always try to move forward even if you think it's like a really bad situation. There is never a case for fully giving up except when you lost all your units and you literally cannot continue. Okay, this was the hardest playthrough in Chronicles.